using the company that you're gonna be presenting about?
Yeah, you need to tell us who you are, even though we know that you're a talkative matapelo. We still need to
Oh,
know who you are.
o-
Mm,
okay,
yes.
no problem.
All right, no worries. Okay, guys, welcome to lesson 117 and 18 of Digital Marketing 3, where we are going to be looking at examples of digital campaigns and conversion marketing approaches. These examples are very crucial, even though we are well aware that when it comes to digital campaigns, there is no one size fits all approach. It depends with the platform, it depends with the target audience, it depends with the product, it depends with the budgets and so on. But these examples are going to give you a clear foundation of the things that you need to look at when you are planning a digital campaign. And as I indicated, this lesson is combined. That's why I said that today we are going to have one lesson, not necessarily one lesson, but it's a combined of 117 and 118. But before we do that, on Tuesday, we spoke about digital campaigns, and we actually had constructive discussions looking at the current affairs in South Africa and how some brands like Nando's have taken advantage of the things that are happening in the country, and then they use their digital campaigns, considering those things so that they can resonate with society. So they follow the trends, they look at the scandals, things that would make people, uh, you know, get their attention, and find out what is it that Ramaphosa did, what is it that a certain politician or a certain known person, a celebrity did. And they would know that people are actually talking about that. People are actually discussing Maporisa, for example, in the meantime, something that happened between him and something Soweto. So they always follow those trends, and not necessarily that those trends are funny or those trends, would give people attention, but it is also because they know that these are the things that are going viral currently. These are things that are being discussed. So if we push our digital campaigns, to nudge where people's conversations are, we can end up finding ourselves in that mix and be the focal point of something that is being talked about. So that's what we discussed on Tuesday. We also looked at the VQVC approach, where you look at volume, quality, um, as well as the data that you get, the value that you get from that campaign. So sometimes you see that some campaigns can attract huge numbers in terms of volume. It can go to million people, especially if you're using celebrities who've got a huge following. It means that people follow them are going to uh, get the reach of that marketing message. So the volume is so high. If you're using people like our Casper Nyovest, who have got more than a million followers, you see that the volume in terms of reach is very good. But you also need to think about the value and the quality and the cost that you're going to get as a result of that. So that's the VC model. Yes, it is attracting the volume, but what is the quality of sales that you're going to get from that? After uh, targeting 1 million people, what is the percentage of those targeted people are actually going to buy that product, or are actually going to register? Whatever the call to action that was in that digital media, are they really going to act on that message, or they're just going to view it? So there's a difference between viewing and actually acting on a message. We discussed this. I even gave you guys a societal example that you can have a lady, for example, who is known on the streets, Men can clap hands for her, men can compliment her, oh, you're beautiful, my sister, oh, you have been sent from God, oh, you have got actual this and this and that. They compliment her, but actually no one asks her out. Like, she's always single. Yet the volume of people that know about her existence, there are so many, but no one is actually uh, approaching her and say, you know what, since you are beautiful, can we be an item and stuff like that? And you realize that she has actually been looking for a boyfriend, but only she gets compliments and praises and stuff like that. So in digital media, you also need to think about that. You don't look at the volume only. Look at the end results. Even if you are using a celebrity, how many people are going to buy this Lamborghini if we are using a celebrity? How many people are going to register for a donation if we are doing a fundraising campaign about serving the children? Yes, it's been seen by 5 million people, but how many actually donated to make sure that we are going to change the lives of children? So there are so many examples that I can give you when it comes to digital campaigns, because sometimes we can always celebrate as digital marketers, saying that this campaign went viral. It was viewed and shared by millions of people. But what is it that we got there? Because there are also costs that were involved when we were drafting this campaign and the channel that we pay. We realize that, for example, using Casper Vest maybe is very, very expensive. So do you want to waste that money to get access to Casper Vest viewers, yet you are not getting anything from those viewers? So you need to think about the value that digital campaign is going to have on your business, because remember, most brands are business oriented. They need to make sales at the end of the day. That Nando's that you see, that is entertaining people with their adverts. At the end of the day, they need more people making orders online or in the restaurants to buy those chicken. So they are not playing. When we look at their adverts, you see "Bayadlala labantu." They are just entertaining us. No, it's not a joke. This is business. It needs to bring more sales so that Nando's continue to thrive as a business. So they are not just doing it to entertain people, to make people laugh. They are building brand awareness, but ultimately they need to generate sales to have more business coming at their doorstep. So you need to have a return on investment. The amount that you are putting there must actually multiply, because you are sowing there. As a farmer, you are planting a seed and you need to harvest at the end of the day. So these are the things that we looked at on Tuesday. I don't know if you guys, I gave you a proper recap, or if there's something else that you need to mention that we discussed that I did not raise.
No, sir, you said everything.
The only thing that I didn't mention is Grootman. We also discussed is it Toniwe, Trinide, and Grootman.
Gunilla and Hotman, yes, sir.
Yeah, these adverts is the same thing with us in digital marketing. As much as we use so many Mjolo examples, as much as we talk about the celebrity and all other stuff, we also need to get the quality of the education that the knowledge that we are discussing here, because at the end of the day, these examples must resonate with what you are discussing, and you should be able to understand and to get that knowledge, that even if you have graduated, tomorrow can, like, oh, we talked about this in class, and now I'm actually coming across it. So we are going to continue from that, but with this lesson, we will be looking at examples of digital marketing campaigns. So these are generic, of course. And you also need to understand conversion marketing approach. So as I've said, we know what the word conversion is. And this word conversion is also available on the REST model, and it can also be related to customer acquisition. So when you look at digital platforms, your websites, your social media applications, your mobile application, your email, you need to understand how this campaign is going to convert a viewer into an actual customer, especially the window shoppers. Because remember, sometimes during window shopping, you can actually be convinced to actually love the product and buy it, right? And we have come across the word conversion more often in religion when we hear someone has been converted to Christianity, someone has been converted to Islam, someone has been converted to Judaism and something like that. We can also convert, you know, potential customers into actual customers. But this will be determined by your marketing campaigns and the strategies that you use to make sure that you succeed in that. As we were talking about that lady who will be roaming on the street, looking for a partner, yet all of those partners are only complimenting her. They know about it. So how can she then convert people who are whistling at her, men who are whistling at her, men who are complimenting her, into actual boyfriend? So it is the same thing in marketing. You come across people viewing the content, liking it, but how can you actually make them buy or register for that content? Even if they cannot afford it, how can you make them share? Because sometimes I cannot love a Lamborghini, I cannot afford a Lamborghini, but I know that Matapelo can. As a potential customer, I can always share that Lamborghini to Matapelo and make sure that she buys it. So already I have enabled Matapelo to convert to a customer, even though the brand did not know her directly. So you also need to know the campaign response mechanism. This is very, very crucial. And I think I've discussed it in class as well. I remember there was Nkamo. I can't remember who else was there. But I say that we always come across banners, especially on WhatsApp and social media, from the people that you know, people have got the potential to be well-known entrepreneurs. They will send you a good WhatsApp image in terms of a digital poster saying that I do catering, I do this, I do this. But when you look at that banner, there is no response mechanism. There is no email address. There is no phone number. You know, so after people have seen that, how are you going to convert them if there's no response mechanism? I actually came across a banner for a creche, you know, and I'm a potential client because I've got a kid who goes to creche. I looked at it, I saw the images of kids that were there, it was appetizing, but when I look at the bottom, there's no contact. There's just the name of the area that you are available in this area. But you can't make a potential camp and then start hunting you down. You need to improve discoverability on your banner. Remember, I spoke about findability and discoverability. All the contacts should be there. And also, when people interact with that digital campaign, you need to have a proper response mechanism. And so that you know that they're actually responding, they are actually reaching out to you based on only what they saw. You know, so if they saw a banner talking about a wedding like this and this and that, respond to them with regards to what they've seen. Don't start telling them some things that are not in that media campaign, because at the end of the day, you are bringing more confusion and you chasing away a potential customer. I've seen that, for example, I see a campaign about couches, you know, these nice leather sofas, the couches that I see a banner online. Then I click on that banner, it takes me to a landing page. Then I engage with them like, how much is this couch? Can I be able to pay in installments or do this? And all of a sudden, you hear the salesperson, yeah, these ones are nice, but we also have the others in black. And who told you that I want those? I'm talking to you about what I saw. Now, why are you bringing me the things that I did not reach out on. So you need to understand the response mechanism, because sometimes you end up overselling. You are overselling. People already know what they want. That's why they reach out to you. I've seen that even in dealerships. You go to a specific BMW dealer because you saw a specific model on their billboard. You get there now, they are now telling you about SUVs. When you actually the banner that you saw there was a sedan. Now they are telling you about SUVs. It's confusion. I just want to understand uh, the sedan version. So at the end of the day, they fail to convert me as a customer because they oversold their products. So you should be able to understand these things at the end of this lesson. Humphrey, is everything okay? I keep admitting you. I don't know what's happening, or maybe it's your internet.
Yes, it's just my phone. I don't know. I keep losing sound.
Hmm. Okay, I hope it will work with time. I know that network can really be something sometimes. So how do brands specify their offer and key message, guys? Just have a look at all these brands that have interacted with. Do they specify their offer, or they just say everything in general?
For me, I don't. Some it differ. Some do, some don't. Hey, majority don't, but some do, sir.
Hmm. With Nando's, for example, when it talks about Ramaphosa and shades, do they put a specific product in form of a meal, or they just talk about Nando's in general?
No, so with Nando's, they always speak about a specific meal. They put a meal. They say, if you like get this meal, like they say get this meal. Eat when you eat this meal, you feel like a baddie, like Ramaphosa. And then they showing Ramaphosa's picture wearing glasses, and they were black. He's wearing like black sunglasses, but those babies ones. I don't know who bought Ramaphosa those glasses, but yeah.
Yeah, I think those classes are urban, eh?
Yes, like you said, like I think as society we have already generalized, or I don't know if we have generalized or what. We have already said, okay, this type of clothes is for babies. This is for babies. This is
Hmm,
not for babies. So
hmm.
those classes, say that babies classes.
And Ramaphosa is not just a president, but he's also umkhulu. I think he's about above 75, if not mistaken. So you see someone wearing
Yay!
something for, the AMA 2K or our generation when he's above 70. I
It's
mean,
it's
he's a
very
pensioner, honestly.
yeah. So now Nando's is saying that if you eat their meal, you feel like a baby, anyhow, any age you are.
Yeah, so it's always good, honestly. And to some extent, if you feel hungry, like if you feel like ukhalela chicken, you just think about Ramaphosa and that advert, and it will convert you to go to Nando's. It sounds silly, but there are so many small items that would actually make us,
Wanna buy
convert.
something?
Yes, and people, most of the cases, they say that this doesn't work. Psychologically, it helps. I saw, for example, my boy, Cocomelo being a brand for kids, and, these Spider-Man things, that he
Yes,
sees on
sir.
TV. I can
Yes.
guarantee you that if I take him to the shops and he sees something or a cape that he doesn't need, by the way, he would cry for that thing because it has got Cocomelo on
That's what I'm saying, sir. It does
it.
do. Imagine now the only now, ne, I don't know
Mm,
a lot about Nando's menu, but for now, I'm definitely sure that there is a cotta chicken and that comes with fries, and it's
mm,
59 rand. Because of what?
mm.
Because of that advert that says if you eat that meal, you feel like a patty. So already now I
Imagine.
know what to
Mm,
get at Nando's if I have to go to Nando's. I know with my 60 rand packs, I get cotta chicken, I got fries. You get what I'm saying, sir?
mm. Yeah, I wonder who is dealing with that digital content at Nando's. And I think these people are always on screen on TikTok, on like looking at these things, because
Sir,
You
even
actually need to be up to date.
sir, besides up to date, I feel like it's a team, sir. Have you seen Nando's account on social media, specifically now? I'm talking about Twitter. The
I've
way
never
they
seen their
respond,
official. I've never
sir,
seen
the
their
way they
official
respond,
account.
yo, sir, the way they respond to things,
Hmm.
yo, yo, it
That's
surely
too
means
much.
that
I
no,
actually
sir,
saw.
it
Hmm.
surely means that they are hiring them for 24 hours because there was
Hmm.
this other time something just happened and it was going down and then Nandos was like focus on yourself to Nandos was talking to a McDonald's account. So said now it was around 2 a.m. but now it kept on
Hmm.
going because you know this
Wow.
account name made it go
Hmm.
wild. But now the
So
thing
I
is
can
that
imagine
person
the
is
2
already
a.m.
late.
Hmm.
So it's wild.
Hmm.
Whoever they are,
Yeah.
digital marketing people, it's very wild. Like there, they can. One thing I can say is they are not wasting money because first of all, Nando's is the for me. Personally for me, I feel like in digital space of adverts and everything, Nando's is leading our country.
Yes, but at their restaurants, do you see more people coming? Do you think more people eat Nando's, or people are now just following the digital campaigns because those digital campaigns are amusing?
So I feel like they're following the digital campaigns. Guess what I'm
Hmm.
saying, sir? Have you noticed that even though we know that, even though they know that something people don't notice, Nando's they will take out an advert. You see the Ramaphosa advert? It came out Friday late. They will take out an advert when when offices are closed where they can ban it. So it's gonna
Hmm.
run Friday, Saturday, Sunday. By Monday it's
Hmm.
out. It's there. They already banned it to be on a television. But the fact that it stayed in our mind, we can see now when we're watching TV, it's no longer there. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday last week, it was there. And it
Hmm.
stayed in our mind. It stayed.
That's very true, and also that can also lead to brand awareness because even if people don't buy at Nando's, but Nando's is always going to be on our mind because of the adverts that they have because of their approach. Honestly,
Yes, sir.
mm.
Yes,
Hi,
sir.
Lindy. Way.
And they know that their adverts are not for for the conduct of the television, but they make sure that they will take it out on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You won't see it again. You will never ever see that
Mm.
again unless you're watching YouTube or something else. But on television, you're never gonna see that advert again. But the fact remains, it stays in our mind.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah, yo, and I think South Africa by nature is full of creativity, especially
yes.
when it comes to creating these memes and something like that. I mean,
They,
yesterday afternoon I came across this old guy who is trending saying that it's Maporisa in 2035, rushing to. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I've seen it that old guy was driving to by inside view he looks like Maporita and then they say he's driving to the studio to just put produced by by Maporita.
And is it AK's daughter who
Yes,
child
they
you
say
saying that would be?
AKA's yes, it's AKA's daughter and the other one Conjo was that child that you remember that small child that DJs.
Yeah, I just saw that and I was like, yo, hiya, who came up with this idea?
They're
I
very
mean,
smart.
sometimes you can feel that it's that Chris Excel or lady or guy, but I think that person also get these memes from other people.
I don't think it's one person. I'm still standing with the fact that I don't think the Chris account is one person. I don't know
Mm.
why, but I just feel like it's not one person. I feel like it's a team, but not one. Maybe two or three, but it's not a one person
But
thing.
from a gender point of view, do you feel like it's a lady or it's a guy?
I feel like it's a guy. Ask me why. So
Okay, but
that
with the
person is
tone,
well. I feel like it's a guy. So when it comes to the other day, I was looking at his sport view. The way he is so well spotted with sport things. Most of the ladies nowadays they don't
yeah.
care about sports anymore. They only care about the other
Mm,
day. The Rappi was last week. Like, for example, last week Saturday, Rappi was paying,
yeah.
and me and my friend went out. And then the restaurant that we're in is Cappuccino's in Main Lane. And then this
Mm.
lady was like, and then I literally asked her, I'm like, cause she came with my friend. She's my friend's cousin. I'm like, hi Mbali, do you know what's happening here in Rapi? She's like, no, I only saw people shouting, also shouting. Then I was like, no, the reason why they were shouting is because now South Africa was supposed to score a six, but we couldn't because the long run. And it's like, oh, okay. You can see that they're like clueless. They're very much clueless of what's going on.
Mm. Yeah, now it makes 100% because that account barely talks about what women do instead of attacking women. For example,
Yes,
you won't
yes.
hear about makeup things, like makeup foundation and this and that, the things that women actually would know generally about, or the
Thank
hair about Brazilian, Peruvian. You never hear that person saying about that.
yes. But you can hear
And
him
the
talking
attack is
about
mostly on women.
yes. That's why I'm saying it's
Like,
guys.
yeah, now, yeah, I do understand. I do get you, Matapila. Also, but as you are saying that it might be more people behind the account that maybe women are also involved. But to know soccer in and out like that, to know politics in and out like that,
Sir, I'm telling
um,
you, we ladies are now lazy. The way this person is well known with sports, say this person knows
mm,
sports from rugby to
soccer,
boxing.
I've
Like,
seen
well,
most things about soccer even in Europe.
thank
Icon.
you, thank you. And ladies will never go that extent. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, so the examples of digital campaigns. So an interactive marketing communication plan should have five main types of goals. So we are looking at examples in form of the goals that you need to get from a digital campaign. Remember, we discussed that there has to be a call to action. You should be able to convert people rather than just entertaining them. You also need to make sure that the objectives of that digital campaign is achieved. For example, with you guys, we can never sit all day talking about Mjolo and then tomorrow ask you what is digital marketing. You don't know what digital marketing is. So it means that we ended up learning more about Mjolo than to learn digital marketing. So if the campaign is all about Ramaphosa, we can know that Ramaphosa wore the baby glasses, but we never understand what is it that Nando's is trying to tell us. Because at the end of the day, Nando's want us to fall in love with their brand, want us to fall in love with their chicken, and want us to also refer others to their chicken. That will be the business objective. So there are always underlying objectives behind any digital campaign, regardless of the message that is in it. So the first would be audience or traffic building goals. So I think on that one, Nando's has done well. So many people right now knows about Nando's, especially when it comes to its advertising. So it means that they've now reached a huge audience. People are following them, not for chicken, but for visits. Because now they realize that they've got more followers or they've got more engagement on their platform because of the kind of communication that they do. So the traffic building goals define targets for using online site promotions and offline site promotions to drive quality visitors or traffic to your website or other social media presence, which convert to the outcomes such as sales, newsletter sign up, donations, and so on. So that's how you put traffic, because traffic actually matters nowadays on social media. Because other than the content that you are putting on your digital accounts, you can actually also earn a revenue from the number of people who comes to you. For example, even if you do not sell anything on your website, but if you've got um, more than 500,000 viewers per day, it means that advertisers would love to showcase their products on your website because you attract a notable traffic on it. YouTube, social media accounts, if you have got huge following, there are adverts that are placed there that you end up monetizing them as a result of having traffic to your account. That's why you see most people on their YouTube pages or they'll be like, please follow me. Hey, please don't forget at the end of the this video to click subscribe. Why do they want you to subscribe? They want to have a notable audience. They want to have notable traffic on their accounts so that they can also monetize their social media presence. Then the other one would be conversion or interaction goals. So you are using digital media to deliver an effective message to the visitor, which helps influence perceptions and achieve a required marketing perspective. So this one will be use a biblical example, whereby there are some scriptures that says that after Jesus converted Peter, Peter is the one who was a fisherman, right? If you guys did some Bible thing at school, I think it was Peter who was a fisherman. So when Jesus converted Peter, he said that from now onwards are going to be to go and fish out people instead of fishing out fish. I don't know if you remember that parable. So conversion helps because it helps users to refer other users, and those other users to refer other users, and that's how you convert as much customers as possible. I mean, how many of you have been converted to follow or like a certain brand as a result of the testimonies that you got from other people? I mean, for example,
So can I ask?
Yes.
So I don't know if Humphrey knows. There's something that was happening actually recently. What you call I don't know if Lindy also know. There was a song released, and this artist called something, so it was not included. But the social media and everything made Bo Maporisa and the others to even want to include him. Is that social media convincing them?
Yeah, it is. But there are so many. Now, when you're talking about that, there are so many dimensions to it. Because if I'm not saying if Maporisa knows the South African environment very well, he would understand that he can be cancelled anytime. So this cancel culture is actually huge in South Africa, but I don't know, has he been included or he just ignored that? Because I saw his live video actually attacking something Soweto. So I don't think he's someone who would love to include him.
Yes, I also saw it, sir.
Even though I see that he's being attacked left, right, and center now.
Yes, but like I was just wondering because I didn't even know there's something that people, brands and other things can convince. So I was wondering if it's that convince, like them, like making someone else do something that when they were not willing to do. Because I think if social media didn't go that extent, I don't think they were gonna include him anymore. They were just gonna let it slide, you know.
It depends with the activism as well. But yes, social media is very powerful. With my policy, I understand. Let me give you an actual non-example. Momentum. There was a year, less than 10 years ago, I can't remember when, maybe it was in 2018, when a guy from Durban was shot and killed during a hijacking attempt. He was shot and then unfortunately succumbed to the bullets that were lodged in him. Then when he died, he had a life policy with Momentum. Then the wife went to Momentum to claim that money, and Momentum refused to give that wife money because the deceased, before he died, he didn't mention that he had diabetes. So from an insurance industry point of view, it was correct. The moment he discovered that he had diabetes, you was supposed to include that in the contract, because the insurance mentioned that he was not being honest with them when he signed up for that life policy, and he did not disclose that he had diabetes, which is true because it was then found out that he actually had diabetes before he died, before he opened that account, but he did not include it. So from a contract and a legal point of view, the insurance company was right not to give out, to pay out the life policy claim. However, after a backlash from social media and all known people, it could not make sense from a social point of view. How would deny a poor widow money from someone who didn't even die from that diabetes because he wasn't killed by diabetes? It could have made sense that he did not disclose that he was diabetic, and yet he ended up succumbing to his death because of diabetes. But it is a person who was fit, who was healthy, who died as a result of bullet wounds. Even the post-mortem results also confirmed that he died as a result of that incident, not diabetes. So at first, Momentum tried to be, to be cocky about it, to stick to the contract. Then there was a huge backlash, and they bowed down and they gave that lady the money that she was supposed. And I'm talking about millions.
Yo, so that's social media making brands being
Yes,
convincing. Okay, so I get it.
yes,
I didn't
because
even know about that.
if that lady wanted to go to court or anything else, she was going to lose from a contractor point of view. But social media made her win the case. Arguably, it can be debated, but yeah, indeed. Remember, the convention that we are talking about is for customers, but customers can also convert brands. You know, especially here in South Africa where everything is sensitive. They can convince brands to do something that is seen as morally good or ethically good. Then we've got
So another thing, wait, I'm sorry, sir. Another thing,
no problem.
when you say customers, does it go with? Do you remember? Is it last year or last year? I'm not sure, but it's just recently, maybe last year, not this year, but maybe last year or last year, if I'm not mistaken. There was this child that was taking a picture from Emakhayen, like real area with Albani, and
Yes, yes.
customers make Albani to go to her house, do a brand photo shooting,
Hmm.
wara wara.
This is
Is
something
that
apparently, like, that child looked very happy in Albany by the clothing, the environment. Like, can't even buy this kid some clothing, you know, as she's now becoming a face of Albany. I remember that, and I think I came across something that Albany actually chipped in and, granted that girl child some school fees or something like that. I actually didn't follow it, but I came across it somewhere in the news, if I remember. Mhm. Yeah, but those are the things that you have to think about. And it's not only customers, also employees, Think about the employees from garages, Abosaso, those who are dancing, wearing some dilapidated uniform, then people all of a sudden saying that your uh, Total Garage or Sasso Garage is not keeping their employees well because the uniform that they are wearing are torn. I don't know if you've come across that.
no? I have, sir. I have. It
Especially
was
this
not
guy who is now dancing.
so
Is it
garage.
your garage? What's his name? Hey, we are forced all yo. Yeah, so there's actually a lot of things that you can actually think about that are happening right now, and um, how the media is actually elevating them, and converting customers. Even if you look at flights, airways, companies, all these things are happening. I think something happened also with Fly SFA. I can't forget uh, what it was. So those things, yes, can also be part of the digital campaigns that can go other way. Remember, brands have got expected goals, but customers also have expected goals. with that girl representing Albany. It was from a branding point of view. Then all of a sudden, tables were turned upside down, and that child also had her life change for good. We can also use third-party site reach and branding goals. So here you'll be using other brands. It might be through cookies or direct advertising to reach, influence, and engage with prospective customers on third-party sites such as online news, magazines, portals, and social networks. Then you've got multi-marketing channel goals whereby you integrate all communication methods to help achieve marketing objectives by supporting a mixed mode buying. Then, of course, you have a longer brand engagement goal. So this one is one of the biggest challenges of online marketing indeed. Marketing through any channel is to sustain long-term interactions leading to additional sales. And I think that's what Nando's does. They've got a long-term strategy that this is the kind of the content that are going to engage. Then within those long-term strategy, they've got a short-term brands that will then, come in sequence to sustain that long-term thing. The required response mechanism should be specific in digital marketing campaign, and the number of responses from each model. So now we are looking at the interaction that we can have from the actual campaign. So below are typical options of outcomes online campaign media. From the creative shown using media such as display, advert, pay per click, or rented or email newsletter, there are 5 main options. So you can have your home page, you can have a specific landing page, you can have company social media presence, you can have a personal chat or callback, and then you can have an offline post or store. So to many typical websites that you can visit right now, you'll find that there's a call to action on a web page, on a home page or a landing page. But at the bottom or at the top of a company, we also have those social media icons where you can use as a response mechanism. Then to some website, the moment you open that website, there is an automated chat thing that appears and even ask if they can be able to call you back, especially banks. Then, of course, you can also have offline methods such as phone numbers on the website, as well as the physical address. Sometimes they can even put a map for you where you can click and you can have direct directions to their company. But some brands do not have these things, and it then becomes very crucial to interact and engage with them because you actually don't know their response mechanism, like how am I going to reach out to them? Because sometimes when you encounter a challenge, you can quickly go to the website and you get an email there, you email them, but you know that sometimes can take longer. You are looking for their social media handle so that you can also drop them a DM. But if that information is not easily available, it just becomes very difficult to engage with them. And this can also have an impact on conversion because customers end up being frustrated and will go to competitors instead of solving whatever query that they wanted to solve with you. Are there any questions so far, guys? Does it make sense, guys? Are there any questions?
No, on my side, there's nothing, sir. I think I asked question and I clarified myself because there were things that I was confused about. So you made it very clear, sir. Thank you. On my side.
Okay, pleasure. All right. With others, if there are questions, you can always put them on the comments or you can always interrupt me. I honestly do not mind. So the online response mechanism could include a homepage, as I discussed earlier. Then you can also have offline response mechanism whereby you can call the customer or you can send them a post. Though nowadays it's rare to use the post office, but yes, couriers are now being used. Uber, what do you call them? Is it Uber package? Those who can send to go and deliver something. Is it Uber Korea or Uber package? I can't remember the specific name as
It's
put
Uber
on Uber.
package.
Mm.
It's even Bolt has it now, sir. By the way,
Oh, I didn't know about Bolt. So
Bolt has it
those
now.
are actually okay. That's wonderful. So nowadays couriers are actually replacing that we initially know. Then, of course, you can also use the stall. I've also seen on social media whereby you engage a brand online and they'll tell you, come to visit our any stall, be it at Rosebank, be it Soweto. Just visit our branch, then we'll be able to assist you. So you can also assist them in person, even if it's a challenge that they encountered online. There's also a need to include the right response mechanism for offline media elements of the campaign, such as TV, print, and direct mail pieces. The permission web based web model is one that is frequently used uh, today in direct marketing. So you realize that when you are buying something, they would actually ask for permission from you, like, since you are getting this from Ashin, would you mind if we send you information based on this product? Then you can indicate whether you agree or not. So that's what I had for you guys today. And in conclusion, we looked at different practical aspects of communications, which must be reviewed as part of planning always on communication and managing a digital campaign uh, and integrating it with traditional media. You should now be able to identify the main success factors in managing integrated media campaigns, and you should be able to understand the importance of integrating offline and online communications. By now you should be able to relate to promotion techniques to methods of measuring the website effectiveness. Are there any questions?
Nothing on my side, sir.
Lindiwe and Humphrey, any questions?
No, sir, I'm good.
Okay, perfect. Guys, don't forget that these lessons are recorded, and every Monday or Tuesday, sometimes if I'm too fast, even on Fridays, they will be already up on Core Campus. I don't know if you guys are still receiving notification from Core Campus that these lessons have been uploaded in terms of recorded links. Because I do receive those notifications, but I do not know if students do receive those notifications. Otherwise, if you do not receive them, I'm encouraging you guys to just have a look under announcements on Core Campus. Then you should be able to see the links that are uploaded there. And the good thing is that you can also have a look at the links from Devon and just listen to them. You never know the kind of information that you get from them that you don't get here, or vice versa. We need to talk more about collaboration and decolonization of education because different insights, are also crucial in learning because you actually understand things from different angles. Anyway, we do have a class tomorrow morning, and we are going to be looking at step 2. Remember, we've been looking at step 1. Now we are going to look at step 2 of planning a digital media campaign, and we are going to be looking at campaign insight. So that's what we are going to be looking at tomorrow morning, which is lesson 119 and 120. So it's going to be a combined list like we did today. Okay.
And I just wanted to tell you that people are so stressful on my side. Who's this guy? Tejo. Is it Tejo? I think so. He texted me
Mm-hmm.
on WhatsApp. Like, so I feel like I really have no problem with helping people. Like maybe you're asking me something about digital marketing, like maybe the assignments and all that. You're asking me and you want my help. I have no problem with that. But I feel like I do have an issue with that if we are also like,